So, Molten, what kind of shit do you have for me?
You want the easy shit or the tough shit first?
Probably the tough shit first.
All right. Well, let's start with your favorite command.
No.
Carmine. Over the past couple weeks, I've gotten reports from 3 separate civilians. I guess technically 2 civilians and 1 member of EMS that he is going around on traffic stops, addressing himself as command. That's that's one problem on your list. The second problem is if you take a look at my latest command report, because I've been aboard for the past hour. Carmine is suspended for 24 hours until he could talk to either me or you.
I just heard his voice at the armory. You sure?
Right. So if you check my command report, you'll basically see that at some point today he decided to ignore myself and the undersheriff and just start patrolling again.
Oh, he did that today.
That's what I'm. No, I suspended him yesterday. I just the report didn't get in until earlier today. But he knew he was supposed to be patrolling.
So he knew he was not supposed to be patrolling, but he still got on duty anyways.
Myself and the undersheriff made that very clear. We said we could get on duty for like dispatch stuff, help out around the office, do his reports, etc. But as you can see, he has
Bring him
not
in the captain's office. Bring him in the captain's office now.
Also, I don't know what the actual procedure is for this, but twice
have given him too many chances.
He managed to get kidnapped and brought to the top of the construction site.
No, I'll just message 52 chains, let him know they can make a new top character. But unless he wants to wait to 30 days.
Conversation, but yeah, he keeps getting brought up to the construction site. It seems.
I have given Carmine way too many chances. This is the the straw that broke the camel's back. It just enough is enough. He's not learning. He's just not learning. And I need to set the tone. And Carmine keeps undermining every single command member at high command every single time. He cannot be around. I can't have him around.
Yeah, I mean, if
so
you
bring him to the captain's office. I'm gonna fire his ass.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to give him the gunner treatment, I think Toretti had it right. 30 days as nothing or something, and then clear conduct, he could come back. But yeah, he's I've
Thanks. Oh, okay.
Don't care. All right, sorry. Yeah, I mean, that's what I said. Like, if you want to, give him current conduct after 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever, I think that's fine. But you're trying to fucking rebrand the PD right now, and you have Carmine introducing himself as command. So there you go. That's your shining.
That's not really my biggest issue with it, because he's the command of the UPD. That was his whole purpose before. But it's like, come on, man. It's just the fact he told him to stay off duty for 24 hours, just like got back on duty. The fact that he's gotten multiple people kidnapped and shot the crane. He doesn't listen. He is not showing any signs of improvement. I can't have him around. If we're going to be turning PD around and setting a standard, I cannot have a Carmine who's constantly be used as an example to basically get away with shit. He's not learning. I have given him way too many chances, Molten. Way too many.
Yes, you have.
I mean, the man is not learning. There's just no room for growth.
Oh, there he is.
Hello, Commissioner.
Just a one-on-one
for showing him in, Nancy and Mueller, but you two won't be needed for this.
It's a one-on-one conversation, y'all. Thank you.
Do you want his gun, Molten? No. I took it from him. Just
actually, hold on to that for now, Mueller. We'll talk about his gun after.
Okay.
I'm gonna lock this from the inside.
I got it locked.
You got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, Malta, take it away. Go ahead.
Yeah, let's start with who told you to get on duty a couple hours ago and patrol.
I came back on duty. The suspension was over.
Really?
It was 24 hours, just 23 hours suspension.
Okay.
When was suspension given out, Molten?
Let me be generous. Let's say it was a 21-hour suspension. When did I suspend you?
I don't know, but the suspension timer ran out. The keys checked, and I could sign on duty, so I signed on duty.
What is okay? So if that's how we're going with it, the suspension was given in the early evening. Even if we are being extremely generous in saying it was a 21-hour suspension, you got on duty before your suspension has ended.
I thought the suspension timer was logged. It was a manual thing.
Usually it is, but regardless, do you not recall the part of the conversation with myself and the undersheriff about how you were supposed to talk to me or the commissioner before you got back on duty? You were also still permitted to be doing dispatch work and reports around the office.
Carmine, why are you making me start my day by firing you? It has to be done, Chad. I love the character Carmine, but he's literally the polar opposite of what we're trying to do right now.
My apologies.
Okay. So when
He needs to learn. Either
did
taking a
the
break
fact
from
that you had to
roleplay,
talk to myself for the
coming
commissioner
back
just
and doing
not
redemption
run
arc,
through your head? Did you
or making a new
conveniently forget
character?
that,
No, I figured the suspension being over, then I could get back on duty, and when I see you, then I approach you and we have a conversation.
Okay.
That's how
So
I
next
registered
order
it.
of business, Stubble tried calling you, and he said you ducked his call. What do you got to say to that one?
Stubble called me.
Stubble said he tried calling you because he was under the impression you were suspended. He stated you did not pick up.
I was on duty responding to calls. I must have missed it. It wasn't intentional.
All right. Let's start with the ride-alongs you had yesterday. I will freely admit this is where it gets a little more gray area. I don't know what the SOPs are, but those are just two PD hopefuls you ran into on the street.
I ran into them, and Rose tasked me with giving them a ride along. She spoke to Under Sheriff Glory. Glory signed off on it, and we went for a ride along.
All right. Well, hey, if Willie signed off on it, then I'm dropping that one. That's good to hear.
Carmine, I'm not fucking happy.
Yes.
I'm not fucking
Yes,
happy.
Commissioner.
I'm not very happy. I'm very upset. And I'm gonna be honest, Carmine. You're a nice guy, but I have to tell you, you're fired from this police department. You are to give up your badge and your gun right away. I can't have you on the streets. I'm trying to build a PD here. And I'll be honest. I need to have officers I can trust. Being a police officer is very tough. You know that. I know that. But your performance has not been improving. In fact, you've been a liability on the streets. Now, I can't have a guy like you be a big problem in the PD while we're trying to build it. I'm not saying this is a permanent fire. You can come back from this. But right now, I don't think you're a good fit. I'm just going to say it, Carmine. I've given you way too many chances. I've gotten a lot of shit for doing so. You had multiple ample opportunities to come back from multiple things and show progress and improvement. But every single time you found a way to circle back. And it's been really frustrating to just witness, because I was rooting for you and I wanted you to succeed. But it's hard when every other week there's something going on. I mean, last week you got suspended for 7 days for something dumb you did. A month before that, there was a burger shot incident, right? And it keeps happening. And
Commissioner, all these things that were brought against me, I feel like most of them are witch hunts. None of them are tangible. I've been accused of 101 things. I believe there are people that have been looking for chinks in my armor, and right now I don't know. Is there a particular incident as to why I'm getting fired? Which incident is it?
I think what happened yesterday was definitely the straw that broke the camel's back, right?
What happened yesterday?
The fact you got people kidnapped and shot, Carmine. The fact
I didn't
that,
get them kidnapped, Commissioner.
What
I
happened?
was leaving the courthouse. After a civil hearing. On my way out of the courthouse with the ride-alongs, I was held up at gunpoint. There was nothing I could have done to avoid that situation.
I'm also still getting inquiries as to if you're actually a member of command, because you are introducing yourself as such. Not
I never have-
commander, command.
I told you
who?
to not do that. I told you that
To
you
who?
are the civilians
I'm
in
not
Los
gonna
Santos.
name names. So
I've
you
never
can go
introduced
intimidate them.
I've never introduced myself as command to
I have three
anybody who's a
people who I
civilian.
could find no relationship between each other saying that you did.
I've only introduced myself as commander. That's it. Do
Carmine.
they even know anything about our ranking structure? Maybe they
No, they
confuse us.
don't,
So I've
and that's
never.
what makes it worse because they have to
I've
come to
never
us saying if the fuck up that is you is actually a member of our police department at that level.
And when I'm
Well,
telling
nobody-
when I'm telling people that command is supposed to be zero tolerance when it comes to responsibility and how they act in the field and professionalism, and if they commit anything corrupt, and then we got people like you who are claiming to be command and doing things like that. Do you see what's going on, Carmine? Do you see what's happening here? Okay,
I don't think I've ever conducted myself in a corrupt manner in front of civilians ever.
that's a lie, and you know it. That is an
Larry-
absolute lie, Carmine. You know it. Okay.
Is there an incident?
Every single
that we can
civilian out
address?
there's 100 incidents we can address. Motherfucker, I've been covering for you for a long time. I've had enough.
I
okay?
know.
I've had
I
Carmine, I
understand.
cannot take on so much. I got more responsibilities being the commissioner. In the past, sure, I can take a couple blows right there and then convince Kale and then he'll pull the shots. But if we're trying to move the PFD into a different direction, I need you to either keep up with us or, take some time and come back whenever you're ready because a lot of complaints are coming about you. A lot of civilians are complaining about how you behave and you operate, right? So I can't have that in the PD if you're not going to show any improvement. If I'm telling you, knock it off, Carmine, and next week something else happened and something else happens, what am I supposed to do? At what point do I say stop?
I understand, Commissioner. I understand where you're coming from. Can I take a leave of absence rather than being fired?
No, you're being fired. And like I said, you may apply to any police department again in 30 days. I expect you to turn in your PD gear within 72 hours. If you don't do so, there'll be a search warrant for your property to make sure that everything's been turned in.
I don't keep anything in my property. I'll leave it before I walk out of here.
And listen, Carmine, I want you to understand, this is not the end of the road. This is a block in the road that you can go around, but it's going to take some time. And you can decide to control your own destiny. If you want to pick a path where you're going to show everybody that you can come back from this, I'm rooting for you. Because I love, when people come back from, being in the gutter or down bad. And they show people they can come back from it and redeem themselves. Or you could be the asshole like everybody else who gets fired from being a cop, becomes a criminal, joins a gang, becomes a gangbanger. That is the path you could take. That is solely up to you. I just see a man that needs time with himself to find his identity and come back whenever he's ready. I think you need some time off to self-reflect on your actions, and hopefully a different Carmine can come back to the PD that, Carmine, I'm not asking you to be a robot. I'm not asking that. I don't want you to think that you coming back to the PD required to be something like that. I'm not asking for a drastic change. What I'm asking for is growth and progress after something happened, if something does happen. I'm asking to see that, hey, okay, you're progressing. If this is a 100% bar and we start at 0, I'm seeing the bar increase slowly as it gets to 100%. And that's what I want to see with you. So I can fully trust you out there in the field and not have to worry about complaints daily. Sure, there would be some criminals who want to whoop their ass, and that's fine because some of them do deserve it. But there's a time and a place for it. And you have to be smart about picking and choosing your battles out there so there's less complaints and less people complaining about you. And I've told you this multiple times, but it seems like it's not getting to your thick skull.
And I will say this, though. I have no intention of walking away. I will change, I will reflect, and I will hopefully you give me a seat at the table again.
I want to give you a second chance. But this time around, it's not going to be where you keep the uniform. A second chance where you have to work on yourself, Carmine, as a person, then come back to us. That's what I'm talking about. And you know what? If that's not a path you want to take, and you know somebody that is, a cousin of yours or somebody, a family member that you might believe they might have a better chance than you do, then have them contact me and we can schedule something.
Understood.
For my part, Carmine, if you're wanting self-reflection, I do think, much like Gunner, when you lock it in, you are pretty good out there. You do toe the line a lot, and there's nothing wrong with that. But whereas a lot of people can get right up to the edge of that line and flirt with it pretty well, You are not good with flirting in that line. You cross it intentionally or not. I don't know, but the fact of the matter is you do cross it a lot, and I don't think that anyone here wants you to walk away. But we want you to get back on the other side of that fucking line. That's for damn sure.
God rest his soul. He was a good man. Oh,
I don't feel good about this, Carmine, because I like you. I really do like you a lot, man. I do. And only if you can just pull your head out of your ass and just look up to see the potential that you have. Then you realize why I am frustrated, why I act the way I do when it comes to you. Because I see a man who could be a leader of the police department one day. I see a man that can run the show, a man that can get things done, but chooses to be a fool sometimes. And you know what? Hey, if you want to have fun that way, by all means. But at the end of the day, your actions do have consequences. And that's exactly what happened here. It got to the point to where it was enough and enough. And we're trying to change the PD and the city as a whole. And it seemed like right now it's just not working out. And that's all. That's all it is, Carmine.
all right, Chief. It was an honor. I hope to make amends and be back. Till then, I suppose you can go find me at the casino whiling away at one of the tables.
Carmine, hopefully when I see you back in a month,
Mueller.
you're a different person. All right? I hope so.
You want me to leave my badge on the table here?
Leave your gun. Well, you don't have a gun. Leave your badge on the table. I'll hold on to it.
Commissioner, it's just me and you in this room now.
Badge included. You know what?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'll leave it on. I would never.
Thank
Muller's
you
gonna take
for
the
your
gear
service,
that you have
Carmine.
on you and make sure you get off the behind the closed doors.
Yeah, Mueller, Harvey, can you make sure you escort
Harvey,
Carmine
yeah.
out of the building,
I'm here
please?
to
Thank
help
you. Thank you for your service, Carmine. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Best of
come
luck.
here real quick. Come with me.
All right, Carmine, you need to leave.
Harvey, shut the fuck up for a second, man. Harvey, come here.